Good morning, good morning, good morning. It's Saturday. It's Saturday, baby, and this is video 1 of 2. And you're looking absolutely amazing. Get straight into the meat and potatoes, shall we? As Rogelio Nores has been speaking again. Like, he can't shut the fuck up, can he? I'm surprised that he's allowed to just keep doing all these interviews and talking and saying the shit that he's saying. I'm also kind of confused how it's not classed as witness tampering when you basically say to someone who's given a kind of a statement about the situation, saying, if you don't change your statement, I'm going to sue you. Witness tampering. Tell me I'm wrong. Tell me I'm wrong. That's how it looks anyway. But anyway, yeah, he's been gobbing off again. So let's have a look and see what he's been saying. I know some of you will have seen this, some of you won't, but I'm going to give you my take on it. And if you're not subscribed to the channel, make sure you are. And like the video, even if you don't, because that's a good thing to do. And in this world, we need people who do good things regardless. And if you don't, the cat will get it. So look, we have Liam Payne was sectioned. This isn't new information, but some of it is a bit of an eye-opener. What I find funny as well is stupid people, when they keep talking and talking and talking and talking and talking, they eventually talk themselves into a bit of a pickle, and you're going to learn in this that Rogelio Nores perhaps shouldn't be talking as much as he is, because he doesn't understand that the more he talks, the more he kind of makes himself look guilty. Liam Payne's friend who's suing Liam Payne's dad, because that's what you do. You definitely sue your friend's dad, who's basically just given his side of the story, who's charged with manslaughter relating to the singer's death, has claimed the One Direction star almost died of a D-Rug OD before his death. It says Liam Payne almost died from a D-Rug OD and was sectioned just months before his death. Just months before. Now, months, it could be 36 months. I like the fact that they try and make it. This was right. This was literally right when this happened. It's right. Forget the fact that he went in and done this Netflix documentary, building the band, whatever, and all that. Do you know what I mean? Section just months before his death. His friend Rogelio Nores, Dodgy Rog, has claimed One Direction star Liam died at age 31 on October 16th last year after likely being beaten in the grounds of the hotel and made it look like he'd fell, because I don't know how you can fall when you're unconscious. They seem to want to suggest that he jumped, but he didn't jump. He was unconscious, but if you're unconscious, your legs go out from under you. He seemed to have landed a good fair distance away. I don't need to tell you this. But anyway, let's get on with it. Balcony of his hotel room in Buenos Aires, Argentina, the shitbox that is the Casa de Palermo. He died from multiple trauma sustained from the fall and suffered internal and external bleeding. Drugs such as the devil's dandruff were also found in his system at the time. It doesn't go into detail here, that it seems to suggest there wasn't a massive great deal of it, and one of the drugs that he had seemed to be an antidepressant that he was using for anti-anxiety purposes. But 5 people have been charged in connection with the singer's death. The hotel's manager, Gilda Martin, its receptionist, Etaman Grazzi, and Nores. They've been charged with manslaughter. According to Argentina's prosecutor's office, if found guilty, the 3 could be imprisoned for up to 5 years. A slight downgrade from the 15 years that it would have been had he have been convicted and found guilty of abandonment of a person that later results in death, which I think is more fitting here. So when everybody saw manslaughter, they went, hey, he's going to get... No, already started to downgrade the charges then. 5 years. What, and serve 2? In England, that'd be you'd serve 2, 3. Hotel workers Brian Nahuel Paez, a waiter, and Ezekiel Pereira have been charged with supplying D-Rugs to the singer. The prison sentence for supplying drugs is more severe and ranges between 4 and 15 years, because that's fair. That seems absolutely fair. Now, the people who were physically carrying Liam to his room, that we've seen on camera, if that's true, and shuts him in his room, that leads him to shit carting off the balcony, again, if that's what happened, they are going to get less than someone who supplied him, 5G of the devil's dandruff, that he would have had if he has been doing this for as long as he has, to the extent that we're led to believe, that would be like a piss in the sea. That'd be like a piss in the sea. That's a night out, that is. That's a night out and getting up feeling right as rain. That is not drooling on the floor of the foyer of the hotel, having some sort of fit, foaming at the mouth, and getting Larry, smashing laptops up and falling off balconies. That ain't that. That ain't that. Oh no. Anyway, 4 and 15 years. Fucking joke, innit? Nores is accused of manslaughter for allegedly failing to fulfil his duties of care, assistance and help to the singer. He strongly denies the charges, claiming he never abandoned Liam before the star died, so he was there with him then. Nores has made a series of claims about Liam in the months prior to his tragic death, including that he almost died of a D-Rug OD in May 2024 and was sectioned after. In his interview with the Mail, he claims Payne had been rushed to hospital, resuscitated by doctors, and had been recovering in intensive care. So all this happens, right? And then he goes on to do the Netflix. I don't get it. I can't make head and tail of it. Anyway, he claims he found out via a phone call from Liam's manager, Steve Feenan O'Connor. Nores alleges Liam's father, Jeff, had the singer sectioned after he was discharged, and that they tried to have him sectioned for 90 days originally before he was cut down to 30, and that Liam talked his way out after just 3. Nores alleges Liam was clearly unwell. He weighed just 60 kilograms because he put him on scales and obviously checked his weight, or he had access to his medical documents. Or did Liam say, yes, I weigh 60 kilograms? Strange conversation. I've got friends and I've never turned around and said, I don't. They don't know how much weight I lose. They don't know how much I weigh. That in itself, where did you get that information from, mate? What, did you ask him how much he weighed and how much he'd lost? If you did, why? If you're just his mate and you're not sort of any part of any care or anything. When he met the singer in Florida last summer, he claims Liam managed to turn things around. Liam then began to go to the gym every day, which Liam was running every day. There was loads of stuff that would show him running with the dog and looking good in the months and months leading up to when this happened. So I just don't get it. I don't get it. He was rarely looking after himself, and it wasn't easy. He required 24-hour, and this is where you start to put the noose around your neck, Roger, right? He was rarely looking after himself, and it wasn't easy. What wasn't as easy? Being his friend or being involved in his care? He required 24-hour attention. Anyone who's looked after an addict, you could turn around and say, anyone who's been the friend of someone who's an addict, this physically says, you physically said, looked after an addict, knows that it isn't straightforward. It was draining, but I wanted to do it. That's what friends are for. After 4 months, I truly believed he had turned a corner, but then everything went wrong. Norris claims Liam's dad, his fault, all Jeff Payne's fault. He did it. Suggested Liam join the judging panel of Building the Band, the Netflix talent show coming out later this year, which was being filmed in Manchester. Norris said he didn't want Liam to do the show as he felt it would be too easy for the star to relapse. It's alleged Liam then relapsed into using D-Rugs while filming the show, and continued to use D-Rugs on holiday after filming Wrapped in August. An alleged friend of Liam's girlfriend, Kate Cassidy, told the Mail, Kate would wring me in tears. Kate would wring me in tears. Is that it? That's enough, isn't it? Kate would wring me in tears. Fucking tears. So there you go. They're at it again. They're at it again. It's just pile-on after pile-on after pile-on after pile-on. He's trying to now suggest that it was Jeff Payne's fault. Jeff Payne told Liam to do something that Rogelio Nores didn't think he was ready to do. But it still begs this question, right? If all this was truly happening, if all of it was genuine, and you want to say, okay, he was a wreckhead. He was a wreckhead. He was a nightmare. They were trying to sort him out. He weren't. He was collapsing, he was in intensive care and all this, it was escape and rehab. I still have to ask the question is, if that's the case, then why were you caught assisting Liam lying to a medical physician? Why was that the case that then led to you being grassed up on by the bodyguard that then in turn led to the bodyguard being sacked, and then you going on holiday with Liam, and it seems that he was being facilitated, D-rugs and all this left, right and centre. You're at the heart of it all, and you can't see a problem with it. And then Kate Cassidy, I know we're just going round and round in circles, but you get my point. You get my point. It just doesn't make sense. Doesn't make sense, does it, Kat? Doesn't make sense. Anyway, love you all. Let me know down below what you think. Is it Jeff's fault then? I'll catch you all in video 2 later on today. Mwah.